Hey guys, thanks for joining me tonight. I wanted to go ahead and knock down a real quick video on how to make your Bic lighter a more effective tool, a more reliable tool when you're in the backcountry should you need it for some sort of emergency. Here's the thing guys, Bic lighters are absolutely awesome, have lots of them. They're dirt cheap, they don't take up any space, they don't take up any weight. You know, have a fistful of them, love them. Problem is, I would say I've had a couple of occasions where they're prone to acting finicky once in a while. So even if you have redundancies, it's probably going to fix the problem, but I have at least one experience when it didn't. I was on a 3-day little camp, and I went out, I had 3 lighters with me, one of which was a Bic in my pocket. I went to reach for that thing, and somehow or another, I'm guessing the button had become engaged or whatever, and I'd lost that fuel when I didn't realize it. So of course, when I go to use that lighter, all I'm catching is sparks popping after I go to use that thing. No problem. So I reached into my vehicle bag, and in my vehicle bag, you know, I also had another lighter with me. Bic lighter, of course, and it was dry as a bone also, guys. What had happened was, I think just going seasonally, hot to cold, you know, hot during the daytime, cold at night, hot during the daytime, cold at night kind of thing. You do that over months and seasons, eventually those little seals and gaskets are probably going to fail sooner or later. I just think that's what happened. And then I also had another lighter with me, which had been an off-brand lighter, but I liked it because it put out like, I don't know, 6-7 inch flames off this thing. I thought it was, you know, an awesome little go-to lighter. The problem, of course, was it wasn't Bic, so it didn't have that reliability. So when I go to use it, you know, during this little, like I say, when I'm out camping, what I thought had been kind of a super little cool lighter I'd found wasn't doing me any good. You know, it was just super unreliable. And so I just kind of chalked it up as the terrible luck. I don't know what the chances are, guys, of that ever happening again to me or you or anybody else. But it was a big enough deal that I thought about it. I was like, you know, had this really been an emergency, that would stink. You know, it didn't make a big deal to me because I had, you know, my ferro rods with me. I had, you know, plenty of good tinder. And because I had prepared ahead of time, it wasn't an issue. But when I got home, I went ahead and tried to fix it as best I could. Now, here's the thing, guys. A lot of people will recommend you just take that little button there and you put a zip tie under it or some wire. And that'll make sure that, you know, that button is never accidentally engaged like it had been. The problem with that ends up being that, you know, it'll keep it from being engaged like that, but what it won't do for you is it will not, you know, prevent the seals from failing or anything like that. So you can still reach for that thing and it's just, you know, nothing but spark there. So what I went ahead and did was I made sure I'm always going to have some good fuel with this thing. On my little lighter, you can see there I put 2 wrappings of the Gorilla brand tape I broke down, and then underneath that I've just got 2 pieces of Tinder Quick. You can see it's a super low profile. It's not taking up any extra space or weight, guys. But those 2 pieces of Tinder Quick, which are nice and flat, you know, those guarantee me probably another 2 fires apiece, I'm guessing. You know, normally I'll get that out of them. So that's what I've chosen to do. I just take the Tinder Quick, I dampen it, you know, put it under the sink or whatever, and then I'll either use my multi-tool pliers or put it in a vise, flatten it down good. And like I say, the footprint, to me, I can't really rationalize not having that with me. And that just guarantees me that should, for whatever reason, I reach for that thing and it's empty, I've got a couple extra fires there. With that said, Tinder Quick, guys, the first time I ever saw this stuff, it came with a little spark wheel, which was just like your Bic lighter, you know, just like that wheel on that Bic lighter, except it was just on a little, you know, a little plastic stick. So it was the flint with the wheel, but it didn't have any fuel to it. And that's how it was originally marketed when I found it. So, you know, if that's the case, all I got to do is fluff out that tinder real good. I'll take my either a pocket knife or my multi-tool, take this little metal shroud off, and it should provide plenty of sparks to make sure that I always have, you know, at least 1 or 2 fires there. And assuming I've got a couple of Bic lighters, even if I have 3 of them fail me, I've still got plenty of fires to get me through a short-term emergency. So guys, if that helps you out, that's awesome. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, the information was free. Please go ahead and hit the like button. Please go ahead and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. I would also go ahead and say, guys, if you enjoy altoids tins, go ahead and check out my little pocket hiking perfection kit. It's probably one of the better little altoids tin type videos that you're going to see. Go ahead and check that out. And I've also got another video on making a better altoids tin. So feel free to go ahead and check those out. And thanks for all the encouragement and hanging out with me. You guys have an awesome night. Catch you later. Bye-bye.